Hey up, how's they doing? Welcome to another video. I'm back in the Yorkshire Dales and the plan today was to do from dawn till dusk in the national park. Unfortunately it's some fairly major roadworks. I think they're doing some like night repair works, night closures. So yeah, unfortunately I missed that sunrise. Not that there was much colour, so no real hardship. But yeah, so where's my first stop of the day? I'm at the copse of trees at Eshton. Just hoping that sun will just break through these clouds here. So I've got the choice of including this little tree stump here in the composition as a bit of foreground interest, or maybe just zoom in and yeah, just concentrate on that copse of trees. Now I'm thinking the copse of trees might be the way to go. If the sun breaks from behind those clouds, I might just get a little bit of nice side light across the grass, get some texture, nice soft light. Yeah, that might be the way to go, but we'll see. Well, I think I got that little bit of side light I was hoping for. Maybe not the sunrise it could have been, but yeah, that little bit of side light was lovely. Right, so we're going to push on. I'm going to go pick up John and see what else we can make of the Dales today. So yeah, carry on, stick with me, see what else we can make of this adventure. But if that image were any good, it's coming up now. Right, so I've discovered the reason for the road closures. Yeah, all that rain yesterday, that absolutely torrential downpour, it's caused a bit of local flooding. So yeah, a few detours and we'll get to where we want to be. Okay, so I've collected John and we've headed into the Dales and we've headed up to a place called Cray, which if you watched some of my previous videos you might remember. I was at a place called Millgill Falls and the ultimate goal was to get to Cray and it's many waterfalls, and we just got sucked in by bad weather. And the thing about Cray is it's got a lot of waterfalls that either don't flow or don't flow very much unless you've had an absolute downpour, and we certainly got that yesterday and last night. So we've got here, the water's in full flow, it looks absolutely stunning. But I've got bright blue skies, absolutely the worst conditions you could possibly have for waterfall photography. But yeah, as soon as I'm here and the water flow's looking perfect, I'm going to make the most of it, and yeah, hopefully we get some clouds that are just going to cover that sun and just flatten out that light. Yeah, if you look over my shoulder, hopefully you can see John, and there's those falls. Yeah, stunning. So yeah, let's see what we can make of this place. Right then, so I've got myself into position. As you can see, I'm stood in the stream, well is on. There's quite a lot of flow, like I mentioned earlier, really coming down. And I've got these cascades leading up to that main falls. As I mentioned before, it's a bit of a mini Malham Cove a lot of the time this. There's no water going over it at all. Summer it's completely dry. So as the composition goes, I've gone for a vertical orientation. I've got these small falls in the foreground. I'm going to leave them in to start with. Middle falls and then the big cascade in the background. When I say these small falls, leaving them in, I'm going to take a shot with those to start with. I'm not 100% sure about them, but they do give a nice foreground interest. I think a more sort of obvious composition would be to zoom past them so the foreground becomes those middle falls, a more major flow of water. But we'll give it a go, we'll try it out. Settings wise, I'm at half a second, which seems to be working well for this waterfall. Give me a little bit of that smooth, silky water, but still retaining some detail in the flow. I'm actually at F16 because unfortunately, as I said, it's a really bright blue day. Ideally, and I'm just looking now, I'm hoping that the cloud will, there are a few puffy white clouds about. I'm hoping one of those will cover the sun. It's not happening by the looks of things. I'm out of luck, so I'm just making the most of what I've got. I don't think it's going to be an absolute killer shot, but to see this amount of water going over there, yeah, we couldn't not stop. We're right at the side of the road. So yeah, let's get those shots. If they're any good, here they come. As you can see, I've moved up a little bit closer to falls. My nemesis now is the spray that's coming off of it. But one of the bonuses from that is I'm getting rainbows. Everybody wants rainbows and unicorns in the shot. It's the holy grail of a photographer. But yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to show up. You've got to be at a certain angle, obviously, for the light to shine, get those rainbows, but I'll do my best. Pretty similar to the last shot, I'm using a foreground cascade, heading back to that full one. Sky-wise, still blue. There's some moodier clouds coming over the horizon. I don't know if they're going to come this way. We're hoping for them anyway. But yeah, I'm going to rattle off this shot. Settings wise, almost identical to as I was further downstream. Right, I'm having a few issues and it's a little bit of a tip for you here. So I've got the sun behind me. I'm squinting into the sun when I'm facing you. But what it's causing is it's causing a shadow in my image. You know, we're in January, the sun's quite low. It's 20 past 2 in the afternoon. It's quite low in the sky. So I'm getting a really long shadow. It's encroaching up the water, up the stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera on a longer timer. I normally use a 2-second timer just to help with any vibration. I'm probably going to set it to a 10-second timer. That allows me to, well, I say safely get out of this stream. There's still a very high chance of me slipping and ending up with a wet arse. But yeah, so that's the plan, 10-second timer, take the shot and get out. I'm going to have to do that a few times as well because, as always with my shots, I'm going to have to focus stack, I think. I'm that close to this first falls. So yeah, let's see how that goes.
In the end, I waited for a cloud to cover the sun and do a lot of the work for me. I still had to do a little bit of cloning over there on the right hand side where the tripod shadow was. Well, if you've ever wondered how they repair all those dry stone walls and footpaths across the national park, check out this business. They don't do it by halves in Yorkshire, they use a helicopter.
So it's always worth having a bit of a walk round handheld. I started down there, worked my way up. Don't get plonked where you see everyone else has taken their shots, whether it be tripod holes from serious photographers or just where all people with a phone stand. Move around and see what you can get. For me, with the advantage of having my wellies on, it's got to be at middle of water somewhere along this cascade. Just make the most of that symmetry leading up to that tree on the right hand side. Again, blue skies, a few clouds appearing now, but yeah, I really wish we had some drama, but hey, when it looks this good, I'm not going to take a shot. I've got to do it, haven't I? So let's get set up and see if we can get a shot. Well, it's finally happened. That sun's gone behind a cloud. So it's a race against time now. And I'm stopping talking to you just for a second because I've got a feeling the sun's going to come back out. But it means I've lost the shadow that was in front of me. That same issue I had at the other waterfall. So it's a race against time to get these shots in. And again, because of the way it is, I'm going to have to focus stack. Yeah, I'm at half a second and also taking a few at a quarter of a second. Maybe even faster for these closer falls. The closer you are to the moving water, the faster the shutter speed you tend to need. So yeah, we'll keep working with this. You know the drill though, if these are any good, as always, here they come. Right, well we're hoping to get a sunset as well, but you know me and my luck with sunsets, and these things are never guaranteed. So we're going to leave Cray now. If there's some more footage to come, I'll see you then. And if I don't see you then, from me and John,
see you there.
See you there.